Warm welcome to Horse Talk, where I am going to talk about three stupid things I saw online today that you must avoid if you want a safe, soft, and responsive horse. And these lies are quite widespread, and I see this basically every day if I scroll on social media. This pops up again and again and again. So I thought I'd share this with you so you don't fall into the same pitfall. So today I saw this post, I think it was on Instagram, where it was like the one rein stop doesn't work with fjords because fjords have so thick necks. I was like, yes, it does. The one rein stop or the bend to stop works with any horse. It works with draft horses, it works with fjords, it works with off the track thoroughbreds, it works with off the track trotters, it works with Shetland ponies, and it works with Arabian horses. It's not about the horse's neck muscles, that if they have thick neck muscles, you can't do a bend to stop. It's about how the horse responds to the rein aid. And no matter if it's a Shetland horse or an Arabian or a fjord, any horse is going to be stronger than us, even if it's a small horse. So it's not about the size of the horse or the size of the neck muscles. It's about how the horse responds to the rein aid. And any horse can learn how to respond to the rein aid with softness. But if you have a horse that stiffens up a little bit when you pick up on the rein, it doesn't matter if it's big or small, if you end up in an unexpected and difficult situation and you try to pull on the rein, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get more of the horse going a bit against the rein. So for the one rein stop or the bend to stop to work, we have to practice it with the horse and make the horse soft and responsive in the rein so that becomes a habit before then attempting to use it in an unexpected situation. Yes, so let me know in the comments below if you have a fjord or a draft or a big horse that knows how to do the bend to stop. Because I have coached thousands of riders on how to do the bend to stop with multiple different breeds. And it has never been like this doesn't work because my horse is too big or is a fjord. It works on any horse and any breed if we do it right. But for the one rein stop or the bend to stop to work, we need to practice it. Both the horse and the rider needs to know it. And I think the most important part is to, number one, get softness of the rein aid and make that a habit. And number two is to get the horse to cross over behind. So it's not just about bending the horse's neck. It's a full body experience that when we practice this with the horse, we can also do it in an emergency situation. Yes, so if someone says that this doesn't work with my horse because my horse is a fjord or my horse is too big or my horse is too small, all biomechanics are the same no matter the size of the horse. Yes. So, another funny thing I saw today, which I've seen before as well, and that is foals kicking and biting people, and people thinking it's funny and that the foal is gonna grow out of it. And this is basically the recipe for making a dangerous horse, which is completely unnecessary. And the specific video I saw was a horse owner giving her foal butt scratches. And she was actually filming this because the foal was very cute and did this kind of, with the muscle from the scratches. But then she stopped butt scratching the foal, and the foal pinned the ears and did kind of a little mini kick. And that's when she started scratching the horse again. And then moments later, she was done scratching the foal and wanted to leave. And that's when the foal kicked out with full force towards her. And she had basically, during this 3-minute video, she had trained the foal to kick her in the face. So even though she was kind of surprised this happened and thought it was unpredictable behavior from a foal, then this was something the foal learned. And the thing with foals is that they are small horses and they learn things very, very fast. They are like sponges. So if we reinforce a behavior, in this case, she reinforced the kicking by scratching him when he started doing these mini kicks towards her, then they learn this really, really fast. And they learn it very, very well. And it could be funny since they are small. But this learning and this behavior will then continue with the foal when it grows older. The foal is not going to grow out of it. The horse is going to rely on the lessons they learned as a foal for as long as they live. So they then need to unlearn stuff like that. So be aware of this. If you have a foal, be careful what you reinforce because that's going to be lifelong lessons. And they need to unlearn this if we actually accidentally teach them to kick or bite or jump in our space. You know, it's not dangerous when they are small, but a few moments later, a month later, the foal is then bigger, and this is very, very dangerous behavior. So be careful what you do around foals. They learn even faster and quicker and better than grown horses. Yes, and let me know in the comments below if you have had a foal or if you have experienced this with a horse or a foal. Because at least these butt scratches, although it's a fun thing we can do with our horse, we also need to be very mindful that we are not accidentally then reinforcing kicking and the horse turning the hind end towards us and pushing in with the hind end in our space. Because if the horse is then switching the tail and kicking and being pushy and we then start scratching them again, we have just rewarded the pushy behavior and the kicking. Even though it's just a small version of the kick, it's still a kick. Yes. So be mindful of this. Horses are always learning, and foals, they learn a lot more. Yes. And a lot quicker. And the third thing I wanted to talk about, which I've heard a lot actually, because I now have free training where you can learn how to teach your horse to stand without being tied. And definitely then you would not need the cross ties when tying your horse anymore. You can just park your horse instead, which gives the horse a choice to walk off. What I've heard a lot about this is that cross ties is obligatory in the stable where I am because the barn manager says that that's a lot safer than single tying or ground tying. And in a way, I can kind of understand that it gives a little bit the illusion of safety because the horse doesn't really have any choice. They are tied in a way that makes it impossible for them to, basically move. But they can still kick out and they can still rear up. So if the stress becomes too much in the horse is gonna find a way to, get out of these ties. But frequently it's more common that happens is that since the horse is prevented from moving and basically also expressing themselves because they can't really move their neck either, is that tension will start to build up in the horse. So we can then do things with the horse that the horse doesn't approve of, and the horse is still standing still. So we can't really tell if the horse is confident and comfortable with what we are doing with them or not. And that's when we can get surprises later, because the tension starts building up in the horse only to explode later. So I wouldn't say that cross ties are safer than ground tying. I would say ground tying is a lot safer than cross tying, because when we ground tie the horse and the horse is standing without being tied, with the possibility to walk off, we get feedback from the horse and we can have a conversation with the horse when we do stuff with them, instead of enabling them of communication and then, maybe missing signs of worry that we otherwise would know before we then mount, and then tension builds up for then only to explode later. So that's maybe like a common rule. If we can't do something without the horse being tied, we should probably not do it when they are tied, and especially then cross-tied. Because, as I say, tension can build up, and very many riders today get very surprised if their horse spooks or does something unpredictable. But very often, if we see the early signs of worry building up in the horse and we're then able to empty it, we have a much safer ride. And this starts on the ground. Yes. And if you want to learn how to get your horse to stand still without being tied, but stand still from choice instead, you can comment yes below, and I will send you the free training that teaches your horse to stand without being tied in as little as 15 minutes, without needing to use punishment or without needing to use treats. Yes, so let me know in the comments below if your horse knows how to stand without being tied, and that you then are, more sure that your horse is actually comfortable with everything you do with the horse. Yes, so I wouldn't say relying on cross ties isn't necessarily a safe way to be with horses. Yeah, so I hope this helps, and be aware of this when you are seeing posts on the internet, so that you don't fall for these lies, which actually makes riding and handling horses a lot less safer than it needs to be. Okay, so thank you so much for joining this evening, and I hope to see you there. Bye for now.